Good evening, everybody. How are we doing this evening? Welcome to the Dr. Chaz Lego show, where tonight I'm going to take on the challenge of the Eiffel Tower. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is he just now doing the Eiffel Tower? It's been out for a couple years. And well, the reason for this is because I like to collect sets but not build them in case the price would happen to jump or something. But this happened to be the one of the boxes that ended up getting pretty beat up in all my travels and everything. The box got chewed up pretty good, and as you can see here on the bottom, big damage here. And so what I decided to do is buy a second one and to save that. And now I am going to go ahead and build this for you. This will not be a fast build. This will be a slow piece by piece build. So this could take hours of filming. So sit back, relax, grab the popcorn, and watch him build the Eiffel Tower and see how it turns out. See if we can't make it the Eiffel Tower, maybe the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So stay tuned, and here we go. So first thing we're going to do here, we're going to open her up. Got it partially open. There's a nice little quote here by Mr. Gustav Eiffel on the inside of the box, and then when we open up even further, you'll see that there's 3 boxes that come with that tower, 1, 2, and 3, and these are going to be the 3 different sets to build it. I'm guessing that box 1 will be the base, box 2 will be the middle section, box 3 will be the top of that. So I'll go ahead and I'll kick it up here. This is a huge model, I believe. This is one of the biggest sets that, that Lego has put out. It's 10,001 piece. I'm guessing the flag is a 1 piece. Anyhow, enough of the jokes. So here we go. Go ahead and get this opened up. And I'll go ahead and take box number 1 out. Okay. And we'll just close up the rest for another day. Slide it over here, and we'll go ahead and see what's in box number 1. So when you first open it up, your typical, I think Lego has now gone to paper bags, but this set here was still in plastic. So we'll take it out, and this is the package we got inside. And this will have, looks like book 1 of Eiffel Tower. So I'm going to grab first couple of bags here off the top. Yeah, let's see here, we got a lot of base plates, more plates, bag 2, bag 3, bag 1, more base plates, more base plates, and it looks like, maybe 16 bags are in the first box. I found bag number 16. Looks like that's going to be the highest. Oh, I take that back. Here's 18. So just looking for about 18 bags in the first box. So we'll go ahead and lay everything out here. Put base plates. Bag 1, 2, 3, and now, let's see. Pardon me real quick. And we'll get this. Something new I found. This is off of Temu. If you guys have ever heard of that website, I'm sure a lot of people have. I'm going to try this little thing out that I bought. It's a giant rubber mat designed for Lego building. And this mat looks like it's here. It's got divided spots for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a building area. So yeah, so you can put out your different pieces and parts in the different things without them getting mixed up. So we'll try this little thing here and see how it works. I might get rid of this here in a little bit because I'm sure it's going to be a very large build. We'll just kind of move pieces around here and just kind of divide them out. Kind of help you get started. I'm not putting them in any particular order. I'm just basically breaking them down by the part. So like 1x6 or 1x8 or tectonics, curve pieces. Just kind of moving them all over into your favorite tool everybody loves. And so that's all I'm doing right now. It's just kind of, that way hopefully it'll make it easier to find pieces. But we'll see. And there's so many 1x6s here start with. And I'm just going to make a pile of them over here and a few 1x8s. Okay, and that was in bag 1, so we'll go ahead and get started here. See where this leads us. Oops, crash and burn. I think I'm not going to use that as far as building on it, just more for dividing. So when you first open the book, let's see, we have some information about the Eiffel Tower, written in English and French and Spanish. Some real interesting stuff there about Mr. Gustav, who was there. And some pictures from the building itself. And then we'll start with the good old tool, how to use the tool. And it looks like we're going to start out with, this is what the bag 18, up to 18 is going to build, and then we're going to start with some platforms and stuff. So it looks like we need 4 base plates, which we have, and we need 8. Looks like 8x16, which I did not see. So I think that's dumping it all out eventually. Yeah, there we go. Some good old 8x16s here. We're supposed to have 8 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8. Very good. Okay. And now I'll just go ahead and page number 20 of the book, and we'll just start building. So sit back, enjoy. Let me move this back here so you can see what I'm building. Let me adjust a little bit for you. There we go. All right. Here we go. Anybody got a clock out there? You can start recording how long it takes me to build this thing, because it's going to be a while. So enjoy it, as I will. Also, I forgot to mention is when we start, it's saying bags 1 and 2 for the first step. So I will also open up bag 2. It looks like I missed the first set already. This mat is also kind of nice, I just realized, because it that way your parts don't roll away and get away from you. So, that's always nice. So, if you got anything around, of course. So. Alright, so we'll get started. And, thank you for joining me on this build. And don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, as I will have lots more videos to come. My niece will be joining us sometime in the future. She's helping me build my Lego room. So in case you're in need of Lego parts, I will have, right now I've got close to 300,000 pieces that I'm putting away and inventorying in between my builds. My niece is helping me with that, and once we get the store up and running, we'll give you a tour of how we put everything together and where we put it and how we did things. So, once again, thank you, and enjoy the build. And it dropped a piece. So that's what we have so far there. We're following along. And we're on step number 5. These. Something get a real close up there. What we got going on? So then we got this. So here. thing laying on the base plate there. Okay, so we're done with step 9, and turn the page on to page 30, and it says to add bags 3 and 4. Well, not sure why, because as you see back here, we have a ton of parts left from bags 1 and 2, and now it wants me to open up bags 3 and 4. But so far, this is what we have from bags 1 and 2. And now we're going to open up bags 3 and 4. And continue to build. So here's bag 3. A lot of parts here to dabble in them. Not sure we're going to put them all right now, but we'll find a spot. And one thing I found that was interesting, found out from Lego, was I always thought that maybe the color pieces were more expensive to make rather than white, because they had to add a dye or add whatever, you know, to the beads that they use to make the parts. And it come to find out that actually the colored pieces are the cheaper ones to build at the Lego factory. And that's why you see so many colored pieces in your build, to build up bases or to make up the main structure of ships or buildings, whatever, and then those pieces end up getting hidden later where you never see them. And like I said, the reason for that is because they're cheaper to make cost-wise versus just a white brick. So Lego is using all these colored pieces underneath that they will hide with other parts that cost more expensive, and that would keep the cost down somewhat, even though the prices are already absorbent. But you know, we all have a business, and so I guess we're fortunate enough to have a lot more colored pieces underneath that we can't see, making up the base of these builds. Otherwise, $700 Eiffel Tower would probably be $1,000, if not more. So that was bag 3. Let's see if I can find bag 4 here real quick. Bunch of little parts, of course. Okay, so now we're going to page 31, step 10, and we'll continue on. So there's what we have there. Some gray and black, blue, red. Okay. Page 34. We're going to attach this here. There we go there. And as you see, like I was talking about, a lot of different colors. And this will be underneath the base of the Eiffel Tower, and you won't see any of it because they'll cover it up. So. Okay, so that does that. That's the end of that. Now we're going to go on to some other base plates here. So we got a green base plate here, and this is on page 37, step 15. And so now, this green base plate looks like it's going to go right over the top here. Cover this up right there. You see that? And it's just going to snap on. And that is page 38, or book number 1. Okay, step 16, page 39. we added some gray pieces here around the outside. And so, what I just did with that gray base there, it says to do that 4 times. Then we're going to go on to bags 5 and 6. So, take these out. It's kind of odd though. The book says that they're a dark green, dark gray plate here, but the plates are actually olive green. So I don't know. I didn't see any other plates in my. No other plates in my bag. I find that kind of odd that the book shows a dark gray, but it's actually olive green. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. I've never really looked at the finished product online. I've never looked at anybody else's build, so I don't know what to expect, honestly. And normally with Lego builds, I find it funny also, is that they normally say, okay, bag 1, and then you finish that bag, and then you pull out bag 2. Or sometimes you get 1 and 2, and you finish off those bags, and then you go on to bag 3. Well, here we are in the bags 5 and 6, and as you see over here, I've got a massive amount of pieces laid out. So, another baffling part of this deal. But like I said, I've never seen anybody else build it, so I don't know what to expect. This is just an unusual build that I'm not really used to. So, compared to other Lego things that I have built in the past. And I take that back why we have so many parts, because we're going to build this thing 4 times. I just realized that. Silly me. So, looking at it, I just realized this. They want to do it 4 times. Well, we have to build each one of these sections here 4 times. So, this is one complete section, this whole thing. And that's why I have so many bricks left, because I got to build this 3 more times. So, we'll go back here to the beginning and start over. At least I've known that in the beginning. Oh, I guess it does. Silly me, you can laugh all you want. You can say, what a dumbass, because I probably am. But that's okay. It does say 4 times on it. course, here comes my helper, Mr. Zorro. I'm sure he'll be up on the table here in just a minute. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. What are you doing over there, bud? Come help me, I guess. Cooking with grease this time. Haha. Okay. So now we need. Oh, I have some pieces left over. Okay, so this is the second one I have built to match the first one. And let's see what's going on here. A couple more pieces. Over here. One thing I like about Lego is that when you build something, it turns out very solid. It doesn't fall apart very easily. I mean, now I had the giant Star Wars AT-AT Walker, the ginormous $800 one, and when I say Lego's solid, well, yeah, for the most part, but you go to pick it up to move it, and parts fall off of that thing left and right. So, not all Lego sets are built to be moved. Like this one's not going to be able to be moved very much either. I mean, I've seen videos of people picking this thing up, and it's, you know, from what I understand, it's over 5 feet tall. They'll actually pick up this thing and carry it downstairs to wherever they're going in their house, and yeah, lucky to get away with it, I guess, without it coming apart. But there are other Lego sets that you don't want to try to pick up because they will implode on you. So it just depends on, I guess, the engineer who designed it, because, like I said, some are great and others are horrible. I'm sure you can put that in the comments of which sets you feel are horrible also, that if you try to pick your set up to move it, put it in your museum of collectibles, and which ones you've had trouble falling apart on you. So I know I've had a couple myself where I've had to rebuild them. So, and they're not much fun when they fall apart. Ouch. I shouldn't do that with that. By the way, I had surgery the other day, and I shouldn't be banging on Legos with my hand. I had to go back to the doctor today because I went to work the last couple of days and it swelled up like a balloon, and that's all because I shouldn't have been working as hard as I was with my right hand, even though I'm right-handed. So yeah. Okay, it looks like second part. So go down here somewhere, maybe down in this area. And as you can see, it's already growing in size. So we will see here. We got the next one. Now we're going to start over again. This. And when we get these 4 plates done, we will take a break for the night and we'll resume maybe sometime tomorrow. We'll have to see. But this is going to be a long build over probably a good month with all the work I do and outside of the home and my Lego inventory and building on the side, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where this takes us. about following along at the same time and building the last two together to save some time. So basically, you can do this too, if you're building along with me, is build all four things at once instead of building them all the way through and then having to start over. So I'm going to do that with the last two pieces, and that way when we're done we'll have both sections done. And we can lay it all out. So what I meant by building two pieces at the same time, so that you see now I have two identical pieces. So I'm just building, so I got to do it 4 times instead of building one and then starting over like I was doing and building another one and then starting over. I'm going to build 2 of the 4 at the exact same time, so the way when we're done with the steps, we'll be completely done with both sections. We don't have to start over again and do this A4 time. And you know, and it's your choice. If you like to take time and not rush through things and want to make sure that you're doing everything right, you know, that's your prerogative. I'm just doing this to, one, it's getting late where I'm at. I'm in the central time zone. It's probably close to midnight. My niece, who's helped me with the Lego room and everything, will be here at 7 a.m. bright and early, and so I need to wrap this up for this evening and head to bed. So we will go ahead and finish this step for you, and then come back tomorrow. Since we do have tomorrow off, we have the next 5 days off, so the next 5 days we'll probably get a lot of building done. But we shall see. You might even get the niece involved here with one of the steps or two, or one of the boxes, and she'll join us on this telecast, and she can build right alongside us. She can do like book 2 or box 2, and that way she gets her hands involved in building this massive structure. So, oops. Okay, on to step 8. We're going to need 4 of those. there. Let's see. In case you're hearing other noise in the background, I got the TV on. It's just one of those things that I like to have things on in the background just to listen to whatever, but I don't have it up too loud because I don't want it to interfere with our build here. So, but you might hear an occasional beep or somebody yelling or something. That's just our TV. So, something to look at. Something to, once baseball season gets here, because it's almost the end of February, so baseball season, and I'm sure spring training is underway. But once it gets going, I will have baseball on all the time. I love baseball. Unfortunately, my team will probably never go back to the World Series because they're a bunch of losers. And, well, I shouldn't say they're a loser. I should say their owner, Mr. Mumford, is a loser. The Colorado Rockies is who I'm talking about. And that's because, I went and took a tour of the stadium here about 4 years ago, and I asked the tour guide, I said, why don't the Rockies spend any money on good players? Pitchers like Kershaw and Verlander and stuff can come into Coors Field and pitch lights out, pitch a great game. But then the Rockies pitchers can't pitch to save their life. And I said, well, what's the problem? Why can't we go out and get a good pitcher for this pitching staff? Or even good players. I mean, you had a good team. Tulowitzki and Story and Gonzalez. And, you had the team. DJ LeMahieu. And what'd you do? Oh, yeah, and Mr. Third baseman himself, Mr. Arenado, you had all these great players, and what did you do? We can't win, and you're costing us too much money, so we'll get rid of you. Goodbye. And just like that, you trade them one by one by one and let them go. And look what they've done. Look at Story and LeMahieu, what they've done for the Yankees. Great players. Look what the Red Sox have done, and now some of the pitching has gone on to other places and haven't done very good, but I took the tour and the guy was telling me, I said, so why can't we get any good players in here? Why doesn't anyone want to play here? Or why can't we go get anybody? And his answer was very direct and very quote. He says, why should we? He says, we practically have a sellout every night of close to 40,000. He says, to watch our team lose. And he says, why should the owner go pay money for good players when we already have sellout crowds? And I said, well, the sellout crowds are not there for the Rockies. I said, they're there to watch the other teams. He goes, exactly. He says, if they're going to come out and watch us lose, or, win half a dozen games, whatever, he says, well, so be it. The owner still makes his money, and he didn't have to pay anything to anybody. He didn't have to pay this big money to these players. He can have the lowest paying salary in baseball and get away with it by not having anybody on the team, and can have a losing season, but still sell out the stadium because ticket prices are cheap to come watch. For instance, like the Dodgers come to town, world champion Dodgers come to Coors Field. People are going to come out and see them because they want to see the Dodgers. They don't want to see the Rockies. So that's why they get the sellouts. It's because their fans are there to see the visiting team and not the home team. So I thought that was kind of crappy, that the Rockies would do such a thing. But that's probably how some of the teams play. But in the past, though, like Milwaukee Brewers, they've had one of the lowest paying payrolls and system, but yet here they are, you know, playoff bound last couple of years. They haven't gone over the edge yet, but they're getting close, you know. So there's some teams that can do it, but when the Rockies are there year after year, and they do get a good team together, and they do go to the playoffs, they just can't get to the World Series. Well, then the first thing they do is get rid of the players instead of the manager, and finally got rid of Bud Black. So and then they got a new manager, and he couldn't find his way out of a wet paper bag. So. And one of the worst seasons on history. Yeah. So hopefully the Rockies will do better. But I don't foresee it happen anytime soon with the team that we have. So while that's going on, while that fiasco's happening in Colorado, I'm going all the way for the Dodgers. Hopefully they'll win the third World Series in dramatic fashion. So I got talking here and I messed up. So let's see what we got from there. What happens when you get talking, not paying attention, and it's like, wait a minute here, what's going on? And then you got to go back and try to figure out what to do. It's looking like that, and looking like that, somewhere in there. There we go. There's that. And we'll get these finished. And look at that, the parts are disappearing. Imagine that. I had all these parts left. Not no more, we don't. Parts are gone. Imagine that. Okay. Oh. And so like that. There we go. And we got one piece left over, which is not unusual for Lego to leave you one piece, but that's going to take us to page 41. Bags 5 and 6 are the next steps here, and we'll start building there tomorrow night. So I want to thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you had a great time as much as me and listen to me yak a little bit. Maybe you have a favorite baseball team that you're going to follow this year. Just put that down in the comments, and I'll try to answer your comments the best I can and what time I have. So for now, we're signing off in Dr. Chaz Lego Land, and this is the slight beginning of the Eiffel Tower. As you can see, the base is coming together really nicely, and we'll pick it up with bags 5 and 6 in the near future, maybe tomorrow night. So, thank you again, and I hope you had a wonderful night, and sweet dreams to you, and we'll hope to see you back here again. So remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because just starting out, we need all the subscribers we can get. Not asking for any money, just asking for you to watch my videos and to enjoy them. And also put down in the comments too if you need help with a certain step that you can't figure out. I'm pretty good at figuring out where to go and what to do, and I can also private message you back and maybe walk you through it somehow, or take some pictures, or I can show you in a small video or something and post it back to you just to help you out if you're having trouble. So, signing off for tonight, Dr. Chaz Legoland, and we'll see you later tomorrow night.